Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts, ideas that I've been thinking about, some of the things that have been happening in my life. And in today's video, I don't know, I just wanna get some perspective on my life. Um, because basically, I think the whole weekend I just worked on helping this student of mine with one of her projects. But the thing is, it felt like this student, I mean, like, she was just expecting me to do the work for her. I was helping her because she had a tight deadline, so whenever I could, I would just basically do the things just to speed the things up because basically she wouldn't have a project in the end. So I just ended up like basically taking her by the hand or like even doing some chunk of the coding for her. And I don't know, it didn't feel energizing at all. I just felt like basically whatever I'm saying to her, like I was doing sessions with her for a long time, and it felt like whatever I tell her, like she would tell me, yes, I understand, without actually understanding. And that's kind of, I don't know, it just kind of, like I would try to, she would say like that she understands, but she doesn't really. And maybe it's because of like the education system and the fact that we're not taught to be okay with mistakes. And I feel like this is affecting her a lot. And for sure I think she could have done it. It's just that she didn't like honestly, the whole time with her project, the only thing that was going through her mind is, oh, I don't think I can do this, I don't think I can do this, and I don't think I can do this. And that's basically just a self-fulfilling prophecy where basically she actually prevents herself from doing it because she keeps on telling herself, oh my god, this is too hard, I don't think I can do this. Or was it just a way for her to get me to do the work for her? I really don't know. But I don't know, it just felt a bit draining in that sense. And like every time I would say, okay, now you have to do this, and then she would say, I'm so stressed, and things like this. But I'm like, yes, but stress doesn't help you. Like, what helps you is work. Take away the stress, you need to understand what's happening. And yeah, I mean, I wish her the best. It just broke my heart that I really was not um, able to help her understand what's going on. I did my best. Honestly, I thought that she was understanding, but basically I think she had local understanding. Whenever I would explain something, she would understand it, but then she would have trouble applying that. And I feel like it's just because of her negative self-talk, she's preventing herself from learning, and that's not helpful at all. So it just kind of broke my heart to see this. At the end, I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is your work. I'm like, I'm just helping you understand what's going on, and then I did my best, obviously. But yeah, just left me feeling a bit drained and didn't enjoy it that much. So I mean, I did learn a few things, of course, with this, but it's just that kind of broke my heart that like she kept limiting herself. Her own beliefs about her abilities actually prevented her from doing the work because the work honestly was not that hard. And so if she just really took the time to understand what was going on instead of just like repeating to herself that she can't do it, then she would have been able to do better. But at this point I'm like, I'm not sure there's anything I can do to help you. I'm not gonna do your work for you. So I did some things for you, but I'm really sorry. It's just that it's kind of your job as the student to do this and not my job. My job is to teach you, and I did my best to teach you, but at this time, it feels like your limiting beliefs are preventing you from learning, and it just felt kind of sad. And I tried helping her this evening after work, and like even deprioritize my own stuff that I needed to work on to help her. But it's okay. I mean, I did my best, to be honest. Just felt bad that to see her like that. Anyway, let's talk about something else. What can I talk about? Yeah, I think this has affected a bit my mood in the sense that I want to be optimistic and I want to be dreaming and working towards the things that I believe in or my dreams. And I guess sometimes, like, depending on who you surround yourself with, if I surround myself with cynical people or people who have limited, lots of self-limiting beliefs, it kind of rubs off on me and I start not feeling too good. I mean, I had the same thing at the gym where basically I'm like, I mean, since I asked the trainer that I thought was, I mean, I think she's still cool, but it's just that it's weird now that I asked her because I mean, I asked her to like basically as a project proposal in terms of doing experiments videos. And I really don't know. For some reason, I feel like the asshole in the story because I don't know, because I'm too ambitious, because I want to do cool things for other people and I want to involve other people in these things, and it just so happens that these other people don't see the way as positively as I do. Is that a bad thing? Yeah. Sometimes I feel like there are people who criticize you or not criticize you. They envy your. I don't think that this one specifically envies my my ambition. I just feel like, I mean, it just feels like kind of stupid to say because my feelings are hurt because I genuinely thought that this specific person, she sound like, I think she's super cool and calm and everything, but it just felt like I had revealed too much of myself to someone that I didn't know that much just on a hunch. I mean, I don't regret it because I'm learning to be okay with the discomfort and like sit in the discomfort and confront difficult things, do things that scare me. And in this specific instance, it's like it's like I don't know. I have to prove myself, or like I don't know. I just feel like I'm how do I put it? I'm not able to express it fully, but in the sense that people don't want you to be ambitious. But I don't think it's just about that. Like, it's about the fact that I don't have any status at my gym just because I'm not like that's not my area of expertise. Obviously, I'm learning, and I have proven a lot of things to myself this past few months by going to the gym regularly, training for the half marathon in 25 days, running the half marathon, and all of those things. But I don't know if like people are weird towards me because they envy me and like they don't like the fact that I'm working harder than they are or like doing more things than they are, and it's a kind of envy. But the truth is I just want to like do things but do them with other people, and it kind of sucks when like you come up with an idea for something cool that you think would be cool to share with other people, and then people like you're doing the right thing, I guess, by trying to involve more people because it will be fun by like involving more people is fun. But then they kind of reproach you for like I don't know how like they and it's not I don't think that envy is the right word for it, but in French on te reproche d'être trop ambitieuse, to be too ambitious and to want to do good things and to dream. But those are things that like instead of reproaching to me that those things, how about you join me? Because that's the proposal. The proposal is to so that we can all make cool things together. It's not just about me. It's not a race. It's not a competition. It's not just me against you. Uh, what I do with my life says nothing about your life and your ability to do something. And unless we embrace an abundance mindset, like I feel like this is the kind of stuff that comes from a scarcity mindset, as in, oh, this person is doing all of this stuff, so I don't get the chance to do all of this stuff. But actually, because I'm doing all of this stuff, we can all do all this stuff because we can work together and do it. And it's just, I feel like a lot of the people at my gym, they seem to have this scarcity mindset where it's like people, in some sense, probably respect your work ethic, but also they don't want you to have that work ethic, and they don't want you to be successful just so that they can be themselves successful. And I don't think that's the case for this specific gym trainer, but it's just like a general vibe that I feel at this new gym, that people are constantly judging you. And yeah, I mean, not when I say people, it's like a handful of people. It's not everyone, because I don't know everyone at the gym, but it's just a handful of people that I see often at the gym. And like, just the way that they're looking at you is like, they don't want you to be consistent, and they like, or if they want you to be consistent, they want to be the reason that you are consistent, and not because you are driven yourself. And that's just lots of scarcity mindset in action. Because basically, like, if I'm able to do stuff on my own, let's say I'm able to train for the way I did, I'm able to train for a half marathon without having a gym trainer, then maybe next time, when it's just a good, they see it as a bad thing that, okay, I'm not hiring them, or something like this. I'm not paying them for, I guess, advice, or like I'm not even asking them for advice. I did ask her specifically for advice, but it's like, actually, I don't know why it's been so weird, because basically I I went out and like said, okay, this is this cool project that I'm working on and I want you to be on board. And then things just became weird, because like, she knew this thing about me that I mean, I'm very quiet, especially at the gym, because I would say that I'm more comfortable in English speaking environments, because I feel like I'm able to express myself more easily, and like basically reflect my current ideas, because I read a lot in English and I work in English. And uh, a lot of the music that I listen to is in English. So I guess I'm able to express myself best, or like be the most inspiring in English without coming off as show offy. But I guess, I don't know, it just feels like people see me as a show offy person, but I try to be the opposite of that. I'm just like wearing uh, some random t-shirts to go to the, like, I try to not have any status symbols associated to me. And I don't know, it's just a bit weird that sometimes people are envious of other people, whereas they can not be envious and then be friends, and we can work together towards something. Like, it's not like, I just want to like lift people up. I don't want to like bring people down, and I don't want to be judging people. I just want to inspire people, and that's what I'm trying to do. And sometimes people's ambitions are not as big as mine, and that's okay. But basically, they like because they don't have the same ambition as you, they characterize your ambition as a bad thing, because that's not what they have. And basically they want to basically collapse you to their zone of comfort. Like most of the time, people will always try to bring you to the area where they are the most comfortable. I mean, I do the same, obviously, where I can I don't know, it's just like a law of human nature. Like you tend to be drawn to the things that you're good at, and basically like not, or basically your comfort zone, and not I don't know. I've thought about this before, but it's kind of hard to put into words. How do I say this? Yeah, it's like if you're super comfortable with something, like, let's say ping pong. For me, like I'm really comfortable at ping pong because I played summers and summers ping pong in my parents' house against the wall, and so every chance I get, I will play ping pong, and I enjoy it because I got somewhat good at it. I'm not excellent at it. I'm just good enough to beat the kids, probably, and do some cool tricks. And that's a reason that I enjoy it, right? So when I play against someone who's not as good as me, I guess the experience is less cool for them because uh, they feel like they're not good enough, and basically they're comparing themselves to me because it just so happens that I'm better than them. Obviously, I'm much better than everyone, but like I have a decent level in the sense that I can hold a good match and like do some nice tricks that I find fun. But the only reason I feel like enjoy it is because probably I'm good at it or I became good at it. And so there is this tendency to be drawn to things that you like and basically to try to pull people uh, towards your comfort zone so that you can feel the most comfortable and you feel like you have the upper hand and that you're the most powerful one there. And when that's not the case, you feel insecure. And the thing is, probably this also happens to me. So I feel like from the fact that I don't like to be told what to do by other people, and I spot when I have become pretty good at spotting when other people have agendas or they're trying to manipulate you. I don't like follow people's agendas, so like I try to be as true to myself as humanly possible because I know I've been manipulated so many times before that now I've learned not to be, and I've learned to detect when someone is trying to manipulate me, and basically I just do whatever I want. And sometimes people are not happy about that because they have an expectation, and I just don't meet that expectation, and that's on their side. Like it's their fault that they have like an expectation on how I should act. I'm not expecting anything out of how they should act, so why should they have expectations on how I should act? But I don't know. It's a bit of a weird topic to talk about. I might like sound a bit complainy or assholey or, but that's really not my intention, in the sense that I'm just trying to make life for the people around me the most enjoyable, inspiring experience ever. And basically, like, I just want just pure good for people. And I feel like people also want that in theory, but in practice, they let short-term visions come. Basically, they think they can optimize over multiple things at the same time. They think they can do the long-term thing while also doing the short-term thing and getting both gains. But actually, since there's only one perfect, the likelihood that the perfect way is the way that goes through the multiple points. I mean, yeah, I was talking about it yesterday, but basically the idea that yeah, so basically the idea that like there is multiple stages. So there's the short term vision, medium term vision, and long term vision. So most people think that they can, obviously, I think probably in all of our lives, our goal is ultimately to always reach this long term vision. And then people try to say, okay, I'm gonna reach this long-term vision, but I'm also gonna tap into this short-term thing right here and this medium-term thing right here. But the way that life works is that when you start to optimize for these short-term things and medium-term things, it goes against this long-term thing that actually you should be optimizing for directly. And just because of the likelihood that the strategy for the short-term thing is the same as, like, the optimal strategy for the short-term thing is the same as the optimal strategy for the medium-term thing, and is the same as the strategy for the long-term thing is the same, is very low, just because of the complexity of the world. And in terms of probabilities, it's like even in terms of optimization problems, like, it's just very low, that when you start optimizing for the short-term thing and or the medium-term thing, most likely that means that you are putting the long-term thing even further ahead, and so you probably will never actually be able to reach the long-term thing. So my approach is to hell with the short term and the medium term. Obviously, I do need to keep that in mind because I do have constraints, because I have a normal life like everyone else. Sometimes I have no choice but to take care of the short term and medium term thing, but it's not my strategy. I'm constantly aware that what I'm optimizing for is this long term thing and not this. And I have to keep reminding myself that the long term thing is the most important thing. And that sometimes I have to play the short term and the medium term, but I need to keep reminding myself that what I'm truly going for is the long term goal or vision. And so basically, people, I think what happens most of the time is that a lot of people want this long term thing, but then they get lost when they are optimizing for, like, when they start doing some things for the short term just because it's necessary at some point in life. Like, we all need to do things for the short term at some point in our lives. They forget that what they're truly optimizing for is the long term thing, and that's actually what they really want. And so they just get stuck in the little local minima around the short term and medium term, and that leads to usually not being able to reach this long term thing. And this is just something that's part of human nature. I think it's part of that's how we are, just because of our past, and that's completely okay. It's just that that's what leads people's actions to be completely disconnected from their intentions. And so even if you intend to do good in the world, you might, like, thinking just about the short-term strategy might lead to a disconnect between intentions in general to what you actually do. And I think that's what most people struggle with, is this lack of connection to the long-term vision and lack of clarity on that leads them to get lost in the short-term and medium-term visions. So I just find this topic super interesting, and my hope in this world is just to inspire people in the best way that I can. It's okay if this gym instructor does not want to do experiments with me. That's completely okay. I wish her all the best. It's just that I just was a bit hurt from that, like, from just, like, feeling that uh, I I had shown part of myself that I don't often show, but then that was not basically taken to its face value, and basically not undermined, but basically just ignored, and, like, just felt indifference, and that's okay. It's just some of these things happen in life, but overall, I'm still proud of myself for taking the initiative and getting rejected in a way. And that's okay, because uh, if this person that, like, I guess does not want to collaborate with me and does not see this long-term vision that I'm working towards, that's their loss. And I mean, I still wish them the best, and that's good. I'm completely okay with that. It just makes it, like, right now very hard for me. It's very uncomfortable for me to go to the gym, where I just feel like people are just watching you, and I don't know. They just wanna. I just feel like people, like, when people see that you're doing well, and then they have that way that they're watching you is that they want you not do so well, or they only want you to do well if they had a hand, in it, or basically had something to say that got you to do well. I feel like that's what's happening in the gym, and it's not like people don't care about. Like, it reminds me a lot of what Alex Hormozy says, is that people don't want you to be the best version of yourself. They want you to be the version of yourself that serves them most. And I don't think this is something that comes out of malice, and I don't think people are bad. I just think it's because of this disconnect. Everyone has good intentions. It's just that there is this disconnect between like knowing what actually, basically realizing that what you're doing is not to actually make other people the best version of themselves, but just make them the version that serves you most. And so yeah, like, basically accepting that a lot of times people will just want to influence you, not because theoretically they want what's best for you, but since we're all human, and most of the time there is a disconnect between our intentions and our actions, because just because of the emotions that we have, it might lead you to be more, I don't know, more irrational with your actions, and basically lead people to optimize for trying to get you to be the version of yourself that serves them the most, instead of trying to help you be the best version of yourself. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a long, I guess, reflection, just because it's something that I've been thinking about, and I'm overcoming the discomfort of not feeling the most welcome at the gym. And that's okay, because I made a commitment to myself that I was gonna go no matter what, whenever I could. Meaning that I didn't have a dinner out with a friend, or meaning I'm here in the town that I live in, and that I'm available. So that commitment to myself is really, really important to me. And no matter what these external circumstances are, or no matter how uncomfortable it is for me to go to the gym, feeling like not having that many friends at that gym, or not feeling very welcome, no matter what, I will still go, because that's just the commitment I made with myself, and I won't let anyone's actions get in the way between me and the commitments that I've made to myself. So, come what may, no matter how uncomfortable it gets for me, I will still go, because that's just what I said to myself that I was gonna do, and I'm just gonna do it. Doesn't matter what everyone else thinks, or what people say about me. And I just realized that basically, when you're too nice, like, people tend to take advantage or be mean to you just out of principle. So I just decided, okay, I'm not gonna be unpleasant. I'm not gonna be rude. I'm just not gonna be nice. I'm just gonna be indifferent. So that's the approach that I'm taking. Is that I'm just indifferent. I tried my best to be nice to the people there and say hello, and basically just do minimum ask them how they're doing and things like this. But since they don't extend me the same courtesy, I don't have to do that anymore. I just go, show up, stay silent, do my thing, work out, listen to my audiobooks and podcasts, just do whatever I need to do, and then come back home. That's it. It's that simple. So yeah. Thanks a lot for tuning in. You can click here to watch my previous video on this channel, so the one right before this one, and you can click here to watch my latest video on the channel. So I hope you have a fantastic day, night, whichever time of day it is where you are right now. Bye for now, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!